everybody, my name's Tony and I'm here with the Everyday Counts program, and we have an hour together for chair yoga. So, making sure that the chair you're on is comfortable and stable and you've got a little bit of space around you. And then start off by deciding how you want to start your practice. And maybe you love the support behind you and you want to sit deeply into that. Maybe you want to sit away from the back of your chair so you're supporting your own spine. Maybe your feet feel better, a little wider, a little closer together. Rather than believing that there is a particular way this needs to be or to look, I invite you to maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes and just shift and move your body intuitively to come to a place that feels really good to you in this moment. And once you've done that, connecting downwards to the earth underneath you, whatever that surface is, and whether you've got shoes on, slippers, socks on, or bare feet, it doesn't matter. Connecting downwards. Maybe even pushing down a little bit to wake up that awareness in your feet. And then draw your awareness up towards your seat where it's connected down to the chair. And notice if you're really sitting deeply into that chair or if there's some tension, some tightness that is holding you away from this deep feeling of being supported. From that connection downwards, lifting up through the spine, up through the crown of the head, towards the ceiling. Softening the shoulders and broadening the collarbones. And again, once you've done all this and decided whether you want to sit more forward or more back, take a breath in, maybe lower your gaze or close your eyes, and then make any small adjustments you need to as you tune back into that intuition inside of you. Nobody knows how it feels best in your body, only you. So starting to tune into that. With this connectedness downwards and this lifting up, draw your awareness inside your body and notice how your body is doing today. Notice if there's particular areas that you need to take extra care of. Or if you have a ton of energy, feeling strong, or feeling a little fatigued if you didn't get a good night's sleep. Just being aware, not needing to add a story to it, not needing to unpack it, just acknowledging what's present. Noticing if you can ease any tension anywhere. Always giving yourself permission to shift, to adapt, to adjust things. And then start to tune into your breath as it is. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe breathing in and out through your nose if that's comfortable, or another easy way. Starting to take more mindful breaths. And allow this to happen easily, naturally. If there's a whole lot of forcing that's brought into the breath, then let that go. smoothing the breath as best as you can. Allowing your breath to be easy as possible. And get familiar and comfortable with this easy breath so we can keep coming back to it. If anything shifted in your body, rooting to rise, broadening across the upper body, softening through the shoulders, softening the muscles of your face. And then from here, dangling that right hand down, allowing it to be soft, the joints easy. And on one of your next inhales, lifting up that right hand towards or on the right shoulder. Turning the gaze to the left. Inhaling and exhaling, then drawing the chin down towards the left shoulder, lifting the right elbow up, and breathing into the right side of the ribs. With that steady breath, always adjusting things, adapting things for your body. If you want to, dangling that left hand down so the left shoulder gets heavy, making the right side maybe feel more buoyant. Breathing into the right ribs for another couple of breaths. The left hand comes back to support. Drawing all the way up and the gaze comes to center, allowing that right hand to come back to support. The left hand dangles, soft through the joints, and on one of your next inhales, allow those fingertips to come up on or towards that left shoulder. Steady breath. Gaze draws towards the right, any amount that feels right for you. Notice how this feels in your body. Option to stay here, option to lift up through the left elbow, tilting towards the right. Lowering the chin towards the earth. Breathing into the side of the left ribs. Option to dangle that right hand down, or you can even support it on the chair. Allow the breaths to be steady. Breathing into the side of the left ribs for another couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, right hand back to support as you come all the way to center, and allowing that left hand to come down. Rolls through the shoulders in your own way to ease tension, and then back in the opposite direction. Elbows bent, hands into soft fists, rooting to rise, and again this broadness across those collarbones. On the inhale, drawing that right elbow back up and across the body, which will naturally bring the left elbow back up and across. So it's almost like if you interlaced your hands, the elbows would be coming in figure of eights. It's almost like that free stroke or front crawl in swimming. And the add-on here is to draw the belly in, draw the back ribs towards the back of the chair as you draw your chin down and we start to get that flexion through the spine. This can be a big or a small movement. It can even be an imagined movement. Looking for flow of breath, flow of movement. Noticing where you feel this. And allow this to organically change into something that works for you as you feel into the sensations of this movement through your body. Another to either side. You can rest whenever you need to. And then at the end of one of your next exhales, or when you're ready, you're going to come up to center. Again, any intuitive movements to soften any tension. Elbows are still drawn in, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. So if that was front crawl, then this is going to be backstroke. So we're drawing the elbow forward, up, back, and down. It doesn't have to be a big movement. It can be small. One side may feel very different from another. Allow the breath to flow and the movement to flow with the breath, getting that full range of motion through the shoulder. And then the add-on is lifting up through the chest. So we have an extension through the spine. You can even draw your chin up towards the sky if the breath is still fluid. And again, allow this movement to morph as you tune into the sensations of your body. Pause whenever you need to, do every other one, anything that feels good to you. Another 2 on either side. And then at the end of that breath, or when you're ready, we'll come back to center, allowing yourself intuitive movements to let go of any tension. And then from here, taking it into breaststroke. So bringing the hands forward on the inhale and drawing them round and bending the elbows back on the exhale. So it's basically circles. Allow your spine to move intuitively with the movement. And then at the end of the next exhale, we're going to go around in the opposite direction. So bringing the elbows back, round, and forward this time. And this may feel very different. Again, morph this into what feels good for you. Another 3. Last one. And then we'll bring the hands back down to support. Again, settling your body, rooting to rise. Come back to that steady breath and notice how your body's feeling as you're starting to move through different joints. Coming down through the spine, which we've gotten into a little bit. If you're sitting into the back of your chair, you could consider coming forward somewhat. On the inhale, we're drawing the heels of the hands back. Heart is opening. On the exhale, fingertips towards or on the knees as you draw the belly in, back of the ribs towards the back of the chair. Inhaling and exhaling. As big or as small a movement as you like. Extension and flexion through the spine. Very little stillness here at the top and the bottom of the breath only. Staying within that conscious breath coming and going as you tune into how this feels, how you're experiencing this and where you're experiencing it. next couple of breaths, if there's a place that feels really good to you that you want to hang out, then stay a couple of breaths wherever you want to be, or keeping moving. Keep the breath steady, fluid. And then at the end of one of your next exhales, we'll come back all the way to support. Rooting down to rise up, connecting back in with your breath. Hands resting down. The inhale is the length. The exhale, we're turning towards the left side. Inhaling back to center and exhaling, twisting. Staying here or adding the arms. This is the inhale, facing forward, hands down. We're going to lift the arm, the left arm up, and exhale, cactus it back. Inhaling and exhaling, and then inhaling back to center. Allowing the elbow to guide you. You can take the gaze towards the left. You can take the gaze over that left shoulder. Once again, always noticing how this feels in your body. Stay pulsing as you are, or the next 3 breaths, stay in the twist, keep the breath flowing. If you're using your hands as really pushing into leverage to get the twist, you can hover the hand. Stay with the breath. Adjusting anything if you need to. And coming all the way back to center when it is that you're ready. Big breath in. Exhale it out. And then come back to those steady breaths. As we come to the other side, hands resting down, inhaling, lifting, exhaling, twisting towards the left side, or the right side, excuse me. The gaze can come towards the right, the gaze can come over that right shoulder, noticing how this feels in your body. The length is always that inhale, the twist is always the exhale, softening or deepening into that twist, keeping the breath flowing. Option to stay here, option to bring the same arms in. Inhaling, arm up, exhaling, we twist. We've already done quite a lot in the shoulders, so keeping the hands down on the legs, keeping that movement just through the spine, all the way through the base of the spine, or base of the skull, sorry, then that is perfect. Option to keep pulsing here, in and out of the twist. Or option, next 3, to stay. Inhaling and exhaling. Hovering any hands that are really deeply connected down if you want to. Keep the breath flowing. And then in the next breath, we're coming all the way forward. Dangling those hands down, just getting a little bit into the side of the neck here. So this is the inhale with those dangled hands, soft shoulders, taking the head from side to side. Noticing how that feels on one side of your neck and then another. Any other movements that feel natural and organic to you, then go ahead. One more either side. so the shoulder blades softly come towards each other. It's a slight opening through the front of the chest, but we're rooting to rise. There's a lifting up through the central line of the upper body, through the crown of the head. We're drawing down through the seat, the feet, the fingertips. Mountain pose, seated. This will be the inhale. We're going to come into some seated sun salutations. So inhaling, exhaling, hands towards heart center. Inhaling, back to mountain pose. Exhaling, heart center. Allowing this movement to be small or exhaling down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Allowing the flow and adding on. Taking the hands down into heart center, that's the exhale. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhaling down, heart center. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down and inhaling, arms up, and we'll add on. Inhaling, arms up. Hands slide down to the side of your chair, coming forward with a flat back. So I'm going to turn to the side, so coming back, chin drawn in towards your chest. That's the exhale. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Getting used to the movement, hands supporting you on the side of your chair or underneath that seat, so you have some support. Long back, chin in towards the chest. Adding on from here, just taking it one movement at a time. As we come forward, we stay. Option to stay, option to swing the arms all the way up, seated chair pose. And then exhaling, hands come down. Staying forward, inhaling, lifting up. Arms can be as wide or as close together as you like. Exhaling down, back to the support of your chair or brushing the side of it. Chin in towards your chest. And then when the hands come down, you come all the way up. On the inhale, drawing the hands back, lifting up through the heart. Exhaling, hands slide towards the knees. That's the exhale. Inhaling, hands slide back to the back of the chair as you lift up through the heart, through the chin. Exhaling, coming forward. So we've already been here in cat and cow. And then we're coming back to mountain pose when you're ready. That's the inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. And resting in mountain pose. You're going to put all that together. So, rooting down to rise, starting in mountain pose. Steady the breath. Don't worry if you miss things out, if you're not quite sure, if your breath is not the same length as mine. Do the best you can, miss out what you want to, and we'll do it a few times together, and then you can adjust it. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward, staying there. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling, coming back. Inhaling, arms back, chest lifts. Exhale, belly towards spine as the knees, hands come to knees. And then we'll come all the way back to inhale. Moving in your own time. Let's do it again. Inhaling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, sweep arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, hands to the seat and exhale down. Inhale, arms up, modified chair. Exhaling, coming to sit. Hands come back, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, hands towards your knees as you round the spine. And coming back to center. In your own time, and we'll add on from there. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Continue. Allow your breath to guide you. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing again, but adding a forward fold. The forward fold is before the chair pose. So right at the beginning, pretty much. So, coming to sit, mountain pose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, arms go up, and here comes the forward fold. Hands to the thighs and around, or hands next to you. Inhaling to chair pose. Oh, God. Okay. Continuing, but adding on a forward fold just before modified chair. Rooting down to rise. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, reaching. Here comes the forward fold. Hands either to the thighs or sweeping the arms down. Inhaling, modified chair. Exhaling, back to center, hands slide back. Inhale, lifting up through the heart. Exhaling, rounding. And inhale, back to mountain pose. A couple more times in your own breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, mountain pose. And continue with your own breath. Few more times, or resting when you're ready. And when you're ready, hands coming back to support of your legs and taking the feet a little bit wider. Rooting to rise, steady the breath. And then we're rolling through the lower rib cage. So as if we're hula hooping through those lower ribs, allow the movement to be fluid. Releasing any tension that may have built up. And then when you're ready, we'll pause and go back in the opposite direction. Steady breath, noticing what's happening in your body. And when you're ready, coming back to center, lifting up. Feet come back into parallel if they weren't already there. Big breath in. Exhale it out. And steady the breath, settle the energy. Nicely done. Stay here for as long as you like to settle that energy and that breath down. And then when you're ready, I'll meet you down on the floor and we're coming all the way to our back. Make sure that you have everything you need for relaxation, and I'll see you down there. Here we are, and let's settle onto our back all the way down, making sure you have all the support that you need underneath you. Knees to the sky, feet to the floor. Maybe lengthening your lower back and just taking a moment to connect down to that support underneath you. Softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Re-establishing that steady breath. And once the breath is steady, we'll draw in that right knee. Give it a little hug
however it's comfortable for you to hold on to it. And then we'll circle through that right ankle, getting a full range of motion within the breath. And then back in the opposite direction. Coming back to center. Hand onto that knee joint, lifting the knee up towards the sky. Left knee bent. You can take the left leg long if you wish. Left hand next to you in any way which allows you to feel a bit more stable. Circling with that knee. Big or small movements, and if you do not want your hand there for support, that right hand can also be either next to your hips or in a cactus or a T or any other formation that feels good to you. Option to stay here. Option to start to lengthen the right leg down, crossing over the left leg as we get into bigger circles. Allowing the breath to guide you. And then we'll come back to center. Maybe hand to that knee, take it round in the opposite direction. Keep it small to start with. If you don't need the guidance of your right hand, allow that right hand to release. And then the option is, as the foot or the knee comes away from you, you lengthen through the leg. So we've got bigger hip circles. And the next time that knee comes up, you're going to give it a little hug, replacing that left foot on the floor, knees to the sky, coming in to thread the needle on the right side so the ankle crosses over onto the left thigh. And after all that movement, getting that, we're building strength here, connecting the outer ankle onto that left thigh and creating friction between the left thigh and that ankle. So this, now we're building strength through that right hip joint. Option to stay here, option to draw that left thigh in towards you. Hand to the outer thigh, underneath that knee, or threading through in front of the shin. Both feet flexed to protect the knees, and we're breathing into that right hip. Imagine you could take your breath all the way there. And on the exhale, let it go. Notice if you need to back off. So here we're creating range of motion, building strength. So keep this as it is. We're adding on, releasing the hands wherever they are, and then pushing the right ankle into the left thigh into right ankle, and maybe drawing that shape a little bit away from you. Left ankle can be soft towards your seat, or it can lift up towards knee height. That'll create a little bit more need for stability through the core, through the hips. Keep the breath steady. As much or as little friction there, as much like dynamic tension as you like. Keep the breath easy. And then when you're ready, left foot comes down to the floor. Take a breath here, releasing tension. Option to stay here. Option to shift your hips over to the right side somewhat. And if you have a favorite twist or any SI joint issues, you're going to release that right leg and bring the knees parallel, bring the knees up and over to the left. You can take a bind here, bound roots, just the right thigh over the left. You can even bind the ankle, or staying in that figure of four, keeping the shoulders connected down to the earth, taking that shape over to the left side. You can adjust the move in your own way to suit your body, so bringing the left foot closer towards the right side, any adjustments at all, taking support underneath that left leg, knee underneath the right foot, or coming into a twist that suits you. Keeping the breath easy here. If that right shoulder is rooted, taking the gaze over that right shoulder. Breath steady. If you're holding your breath or there's tension building in your body, is there something you can do to adjust that, to soften it? Even if that's coming out. Over 2 breaths. And then when you're ready, bringing your shape up to center, readjusting your pelvis and releasing that right leg. Any adjustments you need, go ahead. Steady the breath, draw in that left leg. And we'll flex in that ankle, and then we're circling through the ankle. Noticing all the places that you have tension, the challenging places, the easy places with that ankle rotation, and round in the opposite direction. Or the ankle to stillness. We'll flex in that ankle, left hand to left knee, right arm is supporting you. And then the option to take that right leg long. Flex in that ankle, and we're circling through the left knee. As big or small as you need here. Allow your hand to be the guide unless you don't feel like you need it, and then that left arm can match the right wherever that is for you. Notice where you're feeling this. Notice the challenging places. Take your time to find as smooth movement as possible. Option to stay here. Option, if that right leg is extended, to start to extend the left leg long over towards the right, so we're getting bigger circles through that hip. And this is, of course, just an add-on. Noticing how this feels in your body, adjusting the movement for you. Another couple here, noticing which direction you're going in. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, hand to knee, and taking that round in the opposite direction. Keeping it small to start with, until fluidity starts to draw into the movement. You don't need the support of that hand, and allow the knee to do its own circles. And then the add-on, of course, is the opposite direction. So the left leg crosses over the right as it comes down and up. Noticing how you experience this, allowing it to be as fluid as possible, resting whenever you need to, adjusting if something doesn't feel right, or not participating in that. Got another couple, and then when you're ready, bringing that knee all the way in, giving yourself a hug, right foot to the floor, knee to the sky. We've got a flex in that left ankle to support the left knee, and we've got figure 4 here, outer ankle onto the top of that right thigh. Great place to be. Steady the breath. Excellent to stay here. If this is enough, breathing through and into that left hip. Thread the needle, drawing that right thigh in towards you, hand to the side of the thigh, behind the knee joint or in front of that shin. Both feet flexed here for stability through the knee joint. Noticing how this feels, breathing, always knowing if you need to back off. Steady and smooth. Option to stay here bound. Option to allow that left ankle to push the right thigh away from you. Right heel can be down or lifting up if you want added strength there. And then this dynamic tension between the outer left ankle and the right thigh, drawing back. The breath is steady. Always adjusting things. Stay here, or connect that right foot down to the floor and shift your hips to the left. Now, any other twist you want to take here, then go ahead, keeping the feet and ankles parallel in that twist if you have any SI joint issues. Otherwise, taking your shape, whatever it is, over towards the right side. Shoulders rooted, connected. And if those, especially that left shoulder is rooted down, then you can take the gaze towards the left if that feels okay in your neck. Keep the breath steady. Connect to your body. Notice how it feels. When you're ready, and it doesn't have to be now, on an inhale, bringing the shape back up to center, shifting yourself back, feet parallel, knees to the sky. And again, any adjustments here, you can come into constructive rest, knees together, ankles apart. Any other movements here you want to finish up your practice with, go ahead. Take your time, and then when you're ready, coming down to your relaxation, whether that's on your back, on your side, on your belly, if you want to sit up, if you have another more comfortable place around you. Settling yourself in when you're ready. Once you're settled and you've made your adjustments or any adjustments you need, take a full breath in, all the way in to the top of your breath. Hold for a beat here as you soften the muscles. And then exhale, let it go. Another 3 just like that. Inhaling, holding, softening, and exhaling. every exhale, allow tension to start to melt away as you eventually bring your breath back to its own natural breath, its own natural rhythm, so your body is breathing for you. And give yourself permission here to let go. To really be supported, connecting downwards, and unwinding the tension that normally stays in our bodies. Relaxing your hands and arms, releasing your shoulders, allowing your neck and throat to soften, and your head and face to relax, the muscles of your face to soften. Allow your feet to let go, and your legs to unwind and start to feel heavy. Pelvis connected downwards, feeling easeful. And your back body softening and releasing. Belly letting go. And finally, your chest and heart space softening, and as it softens, feel an opening as you genuinely release tension as much as possible. In the state of receptivity, moment by moment. Allow your thoughts also to start to soften and not feel quite so present. You might even notice that you can watch them come and go. Give yourself permission to be instead of do. to stay for longer, allow my words to wash over you. If you want to finish your practice, keep that quality of softness. Notice if you're already feeling like jumping up. And invite that quality that you've created to stay as you connect to the earth underneath you, whatever that is for you, the support you have. And connect to the breath as it comes and goes. Maybe to bring a little prana, a little life force in, taking a few deeper breaths in, filling up with that energy. Allowing it to stay as you softly exhale, finding once again that quality of calm. And then bringing in, when you're ready, any intuitive movements into your body to awaken. And maybe you want to stay here longer and take a longer moment to come up. And if that's the case, then that's wonderful. Whether it's resting where you are or wanting to come to a place to finish up your practice, do that over the next few breaths. Observing, staying present with what you've created, and settling in, deepening into the support underneath you wherever you are. Hands into a gesture of closing. Choose what feels good for you today. And take a breath in, and on an exhale, chin down towards the chest. Offer yourself sincere gratitude for practicing, for moving